Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. This is your imported accountant.
Accountant.
And
And David, the Panastic business coach. So I heard recently that Walmart is giving away free turkeys
what?
if you can outrun the security. But bum.
And that, my friends, is why Americans are better at everything.
Well, you're
Such as celebrating Thanksgiving.
yes, exactly. As we are recording this, the U.S. are the Americans.
The Americans.
Happy
right now.
Thanksgiving.
Those
imported
in
accountant.
the Eastern Hemisphere, Eastern time zone right now, should be eating turkey, and then in probably an hour, everyone over here is going to be in a food coma. So I'm just sitting here with David. So no food coma for me today.
Yeah, we had our Thanksgiving, didn't we? Now that you're in Canada,
Now that I'm in Canada,
you're forced.
I'm forced to have an earlier Thanksgiving, or like I did last year, I could have two Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, we didn't steal the Thanksgiving, but we certainly stole the Black Friday, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. It's the only way I know it's Thanksgiving in the States right now.
Oh. Well, welcome everyone. As Maria said, we are. That's Maria, by the way.
Yeah, it's me.
For those that are listening to this, I did point to my left, and that is where Maria is sitting right now. We love to get together and chit chat and see what we could do to help you grow your business, to avoid some of the pitfalls, the roadblocks, the potholes, and the pit stops. For all those NASCAR listeners out there.
Those racers, which apparently, fun fact for everyone, being American, I don't know how to drive, so my family calls me Fast and Furious because apparently I drive like a NASCAR driver and a Fast and Furious character. So
This is your Canadian family?
Yeah, my Canadian family. Yeah, they're like, why you drive so fast? You go on the. I'm like, that's just how you drive, man. You don't drive slow like these Canadians. Anyways.
Now that, I'm sure, will help you grow your business, knowing that fact.
Yep.
So let's talk about something that will actually help people. Now, a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, they, as a whole, most entrepreneurs have a hard time conveying their value proposition, which means that for the most part, price becomes the only comparable between businesses. We did talk about this, we talked about it on Facebook Live. You can always check those out as well. But the great example there is, we'll just take a bottle of soda pop. Of course, we call it pop here, and you guys call it soda. In the U.S., so I'll just call it soda pop. So, we get both sides of the border, and they know what we're talking about here. But So a bottle of soda pop is at one store for $2, and then it's at a store down the road for $1.80. Same quality, same size, same flavor, same everything, and the only price difference is the 20 cents. Now, do you think that's a good way to run your business, Maria?
I'd definitely go with the 180, the $1.80 one every time.
For sure.
So, company A with the $2 soda pop wouldn't be getting my business, is what I'm saying.
Right now, so if the $2 soda pop people offered a chocolate bar for $2.25, now what happens?
I'd be going to them at least once a month, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. So why now you're paying $2.25 instead of $1.80? So what just happened there? Do you want to explain it to everybody?
Well, my gut reaction is, well, a soda by itself is $2, but 25 cents more, a quarter more, you get a bar of chocolate, which, a bar of chocolate by itself is probably like a dollar or something, or even 50 cents, but that's definitely better than having just a $1.80 soda by itself. You get two things.
which yeah, so that's what we're getting at. It's a very simple way to illustrate bundling. Now, bundling is the best and most efficient way to create an apples to oranges comparison and allowing you to show the value of your business and your product over somebody else. Now, in this case, of course, we're talking about simply the soda pop down the street, $1.80. The other people selling it for $2. They said, okay, well, what can we do? So people typically buy a pop and a candy bar or chocolate bar, whatever. So if we bundle those together, we can raise the price of the $2. And maybe it's $2.50. It all depends. I mean, you have to do the numbers. I'm just using round numbers just to make it easy to illustrate. Now you've increased the value of that bundle of the soda and the. Now you got me saying soda. It's pop.
Yeah, the soda.
It's actually pop.
Soda.
Pop. Anyways, not mom or it's pop.
Mum.
Mom.
Anyway.
Wow, we're way off on a tangent today, aren't we? It must be all that Thanksgiving turkey that we're not eating.
Must be. But going off, what you were saying, kind of expanding that even more, putting it kind of into broader practice. We, throughout kind of our discussions, we've touched on a landscaping business. I'm going to get these words out eventually. So if we're going to use our landscaping business as an example, most lawn businesses, they just cut the grass. And, that's all they do. Okay, you have your clients on a monthly, you're going to go in, cut their grass every couple of weeks. That's great. But then the next person over, the next lawn business over, they do the same thing. Well, and they might price just a little bit lower. You charge, I don't know how much. We'll
Let's
go
say
like
$100.
Yeah, $100.
A
You
week.
charge $100 a week to cut their lawns, and the other person charges like $75. Then they're obviously going to go to someone who's charging $75 for the same exact service. But you, in your wisdom and knowledge of listening to us, decide to include, the weed whacking, trimming of hedges, and now you charge $125. And so now your service is not an exact comparison to someone else's service, that apples to oranges comparison.
Right, so perhaps the other lawn maintenance place may offer the extra services, but they might charge an additional $75, for example, a week for that. So if you buy them separately from the other company, it's $75 plus $75. Now we're at $150. But if you're able to go in there and say, I'm going to include that at $125, or you could even go, okay, well, they're going to charge $150, so our bundle then is going to be maybe $130. So now you've increased the monthly price because you've bundled it together. But one of the keys, though, if you are going to bundle something that's easily duplicatable by your competition, not necessarily the best scenario. So you need to dig deep and figure out, what does your client want that you can deliver at the same time? Because what you want to look at is being able to offer a lot more value, but it doesn't actually cost you that much more, right? Again, we'll just take the tree trimming and so on. Like if you were to do that at a separate time, then you need to drive there. You've got the manpower, the drive time to get there. You've got then the drive time back. So that service on its own is going to cost more than the $25 to $30 extra if you were to go back. But if you do it at the same time, you've already got the people there, and as long as you bring the tools with you, then it's easily you can add that on there, and the cost won't actually be that much more.
Mm-hmm. Kind of go with that, making sure that your other offers that you include in your bundles is something that's realistic for your business. Like David said, make sure that it is something that your clients either want or need with whatever service or product you give. So obviously a landscaping business might not have like pool cleaning in their bundle. That could be a separate thing. That could be a joint venture that you have with another business and that you have a collaboration with them. and things like that. So make sure that whatever's in your bundle is what your clients need. Something else with bundling is you can have multiple bundles. So you can have just your basic lawn care, which is, just cutting the grass, doing the trimming of the weeds along the sidewalk and things like that. That's bundle A. Bundle B is, more intensive, where you not only just do the regular trimming, but you can also, do some weed pulling in their flower bed. And then bundle C is, the full out, like Times Square kind of maintenance, where you just do everything for them.
Right, where you come at the beginning, you fertilize, you put down more seeding, you trim all the trees, the shrubs, and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. In speaking of the different bundles, and again, if all of yours are bundles and they have added value, then it's very difficult for your prospect to go to a neighboring or competitor and ask them the same questions, because if they don't have the bundles set up, then they can't give you an apples to apples price. It's going to be an apples to oranges price, right? And when you're going in, you should assess the needs, and you should offer the at least the middle package as your primary offer. Because then if they're like, well, I'm not quite sure I need that, you've got a downsell that you're able to then rely on. And that could be the more basic one at a lower price. The profit is still around the same amount, but the service that you're producing or are going to be doing is less. So it's at a less cost. So you should be able to hopefully get them on as a client. And then perhaps once a month, you might do a little bit extra to show them what it is that you can do. And then next year, or the next time it's time to renew, you might be able to upsell them back to the medium package. And then conversely, if they are liking what you're offering at the middle package, you can then, you now have the opportunity to say, okay, well, would you like us to add the tree trimming to that as well? And that's an additional X amount of dollars. And so if you add that at the end, you've now got the possible upsell. But if you stay at the bottom, then you've got no way to go down. And if you stay at the top, you've got no way to go up in your upselling and in your downselling. So the three things we're sort of talking about today is bundling, that takes away your apples and apples comparison. As long as you're adding value, you don't want to put something in there that is of no value, or you think it's value and then you price the bundle way out of reach. You got to make sure you analyze it and make sure that it actually fits within your bundle.
Something else to keep in mind. So me and David actually went over this exercise not too long ago when we came up with our packages for our bundle pricings. Is, make a list of all that you can offer your clients for the lawn maintenance guy. The cutting of the grass, the weeding, the fertilizing, the tree cutting. Just make a whole list of what you offer, and then right next to each item, kind of estimate. How much value is this specific item? How much value is lawn cutting giving your clients? How much value are you giving your clients through pulling their weeds and such? Do that for your whole list. And then from there, you can create your different packages. So like we said, package one, it includes the lawn cutting, which is valued at $100. It also includes the weeding, that's $50. And then, package two, obviously the same as package one, plus those other things. And then once you have all those down, you can see, okay, so package one, we had about $150 in value. What is a reasonable price for this for our clients? And how much are we going to be able to, how much is our profit actually going to be?
Excellent point there. When you're looking at it, when we were writing, going back to our exercise, when we were writing down the points, it wasn't just miscellaneous stuff that we can perhaps offer. It was what valuable services would our prospects, our clients want from us, and make sure that we're providing a solution for each of those. And as Maria said, then assigning a value to that. And that value, when you come up with that value a number of different ways, Each business is different. It depends on the service. Obviously, like when we talk about lawn care, the lawnmower itself, you've got maintenance, you've got fuel for it, you've got oil, you've got sharpening. Like there's a lot of different things that you have to consider when it comes to lawn care or that particular lawn mowing part of it. So you got to factor in a bunch of things when you're working out the pricing. But again, look at the joint venture is a great way to look at it too, because joint venture partners are going to be more than willing to work with you because you're doing a good chunk of their work for them. You're bringing them not even just a warm lead. You're actually bringing them clients. So that's a cost that they don't have to incur to bring on new clients. So you can actually offer that at the price that the joint venture person would normally offer it for, but then you could be able to get maybe a 20% commission off of that because again, you're doing the sales. That cost of sale, the cost of acquiring that customer is not there anymore, which means that there's a little bit more room for your joint venture person to work with, and it should be more than willing to share the wealth with you.
Yeah. And have joint ventures with multiple businesses. One bookkeeper that I work with right now, she has multiple other bookkeepers that she works with in a joint venture, that she refers people out to. So don't just stick yourself with one person, look around, see what other people would be willing to partner with you on the different services.
Absolutely. Like the tree trimming itself or the shrub trimming might be something you could do, but to take down larger branches off of trees or an actual entire tree, should be a licensed arborist. So having that as a referral partner, being able to have a pool maintenance place, a great referral partner for them. A landscape architect may be a great referral partner for yourself. Someone that does driveways, whether it's interlock or whether it's paving, like that. You have to look at all the different services. Window washing, we talked about that. Exterior painting, roofing companies, siding companies. Like when you start looking at it, there are so many different opportunities for joint ventures, and you should be exploring those because just as you can find them customers and hopefully you have some sort of remuneration there, or they're out as a reciprocal relationship where you're finding them clients and they're finding you clients. So you got a good referral system going there. But if you don't ask and you don't reach out, then you can't grow that network.
Definitely. Network is a very useful tool. It's very valuable. Not only for you, but as David said, as for the other businesses, because you guys are working together, especially if you're community based. Every community wants to build itself up by helping all of the local businesses in the community. So knowing, what the different businesses are, even if for example, you're a lawn maintenance company, but if you know who, the accountants, the lawyers, the real estate people are in the community, at any point, maybe you could be like, just having a quick chat with your customer, having them, pay your bill and things like that. And they'll be like, well, actually, I'm thinking about, either selling this place next summer, or I'm looking for another place for other families members are coming. You could be like, well, I know, the local real estate, they're highly recommended. They're very well established, and you can give them their name. So they're not a direct joint venture that you work with on a daily basis, but, someone that you could still refer out and build your community.
Well, when you start to think about all the potential joint ventures, joint venture partnerships for landscaping or a lawn maintenance place, it's pretty big, and great point there. The referral partner does not necessarily have to be something that you offer as an additional service, but the real estate and so on and so forth. I think the biggest point here, the biggest takeaway is what other value can I add to my clients? If you're always bringing value, then the likelihood of that customer to remain a customer is much greater than if you just come in, do your little service, and leave. The more value you bring, the more likely they're going to refer you and keep you as a client, or keep you as what?
As a vendor.
As a vendor? I don't know when
As
it's
service
personal,
provider.
a service provider.
There
Thank
you
you. Thank you. All right, so in respect of us, our American friends, this is going to be a shorter podcast so that Maria can get home and perhaps
Gotta have that turkey.
have that turkey.
No,
Or
I
you can
gotta
skip
make
the
that
turkey and go right into the snooze.
No, I'm gonna go right into the roll eating. Those rolls.
The bread,
The bread.
the rolls.
I had someone not attack me about saying rolls all the time, but they're like, "Why do you keep saying rolls?" I'm like, "They're rolls,
They're
man."
dinner rolls, right?
Apparently, there's a difference, but okay.
But if you call, if it's lunchtime, you call them a lunch roll.
No, they're just rolls.
Well, exactly. See,
Even
there you
like
go.
okay, so everyone who's listening, I want to hear your opinions. Croissants. Are those considered rolls or are they just croissants? No. Okay.
Those are breakfast bread.
I call them rolls, but apparently I'm wrong. But I want to hear everyone else say I'm right.
There we go. So if you get too many, well, maybe we'll leave it at this. So Maria's going to go home because she's going to roll and roll and roll and
Keep on rolling.
keep on rolling. All right. So
We'll see
like,
you.
share, comment. Please
Subscribe.
comment. Croissant, is that a roll? Is dinner rolls called rolls? Lunch rolls called rolls?
Is there a limit to what can be called a roll? That's what I want to know.
Or more importantly, if you have a business question that you would like us to tackle, please send it to us, comment, whatever it is, like our Facebook page, your Financial Success Matrix, or your FS Matrix if you're looking on all the socials. We look forward to continuing bringing you great information. Hopefully you finding this a little bit entertaining and hopefully also a little bit informative.
Yep, and we will see you all and you'll hear our melodious voices next time. Have a great one, everyone.
Cheers.